Addison, if you're driving through the town and you blink you might miss it. Addison, located nearly 30 miles due south of Jackson, is a small village with one blinking yellow light. It had a population of 596 people when last tabulated in 2016, so it's no surprise that everybody knows everybody else. That's why the name Thomas Schneider means so much to Donovan Underwood, even though it's been more than a decade since Schneider was setting records at Addison High School. "Oh yeah, that's exactly who I wanted to be when I was like 5 years old," Underwood said, a small glimmer in his eye. "He was a man amongst boys. He was so good, I just always wanted to be that guy." Schneider was the Panthers' starting quarterback and linebacker when Underwood was a young boy in the early 2000s, and become one of the best athletes to ever come through the school. Schneider, a 4-year varsity player, led the Panthers to the postseason every season of his career in the midst of the program's 11-year postseason run from 1999 to 2009. Over the next 7 years, Addison finished better than .500 just once, went either 2-7 or 3-6 for 4 straight years from 2012 to 15, and never made the postseason. The program needed a new leader to turn it around. Underwood, now a senior, was called up before the 2015 season, becoming one of just 3 underclassmen on varsity, and had his first heart-to-heart with coach Josh Lindeman. "I remember he brought in the group of sophomores we had up on varsity and said, 'Look, our program is in a dark place and we need you guys to turn it around,'" Underwood said. He said it's only going to come with hard work and dedication. "And we definitely did that." Underwood followed in Schneider's footsteps, taking over as the team's starting quarterback and middle linebacker as a sophomore. And from a 2-7 record in his first season to a 7-3 final campaign as a senior, he put in the work to get the program back to a place of respectability. He finished as a 2-time All-State honorable mention, 2-time Cascades All-Conference and 2-time First-Team Citizen Patriot Dream Team linebacker. "He is the epitome of what you want as a player," Lindeman said shortly after the season. "He works hard, he's always there, an actual leader. Every sports cliché you want to attach to him you can, because he does it all." "Me and Josh Lindeman were talking at the end of the year. We knew we'd miss all our guys, but we were like, who out of the entire team do you want back if it could be just one guy?" Addison defensive coordinator Mark Balfour said. "In my mind there was no question I want Underwood back. No doubt about it. Jack of all trades, an athlete, playing and excelling in multiple sports isn't uncommon at the high school level. And Underwood has excelled by just about anybody's standard, becoming an all-state athlete in 3 sports. When he wasn't on the football team in the fall, Underwood wrestled in the winter and in his early days played multiple sports in the spring. As a freshman, Underwood played baseball, and as a sophomore he dual-sported on both the baseball and track teams. By his junior season, he knew he wanted to focus solely on track because he felt it correlated to football better than baseball did. And much like on the football field, Underwood excelled on the mat and the track. As a wrestler, Underwood finished as a 3-time Cascades Conference champion, 2-time county champion, 2-time district champion, and was a 2-time regional runner-up. He ended with a career record of 173-48, earned 106 pins, and capped his career by becoming an all-state wrestler when he finished 7th in Division IV at 171 pounds. But even more remarkable than his ability to excel in a variety of sports is his versatility to perform any of a number of positions within a sport and still outclass most of his competition, using skills he learned from one sport and translating them to another. Underwood taps into his inner middle linebacker nature both when he's on the mat with his footwork and when he's throwing discus and shot put by driving his legs. Underwood has fundamental form no matter the sport, and his coaches believe that's what truly separates him. "He's a technician," Balfour said. "His technique and everything is sound. being a good linebacker, you have to have good technique, and the same goes with being a good wrestler or good thrower. Some people get by on their athletic ability, and he has plenty of that, but he has the technique too. As a junior, he took 5th in discus at the Division IV MHSAA State Finals, and he currently ranks in the top 10 this season in discus, 6th, and shot put, 5th. But don't forget he was also a quarterback of an option offense, so he certainly has some straightaway speed. Underwood was on the 4x100 shuttle hurdle relay earlier this year that set a new meet record at the Addison Relays, and has competed in the 4x100 relay, 100-meter dash and 200-meter dash at different points this season. He's got to be the best all-around athlete we have in the school, Addison boys track coach Aaron Wesh said. But even more, he's a hard worker in the weight room. He does the little things outside of his sport, and the other kids see that. We, coaches, use Donovan as an example in the program of what can happen when you work at your trade. In every sport he's in, he is a program guy who's super important, so it's going to be really hard to replace him. One last goal: Underwood has checked off nearly every box on his to-do list during his high school athletic career. He became an all-state athlete in every sport he played as an upperclassman. He flipped his football team's sophomore year regular season record of 2-7 to 7-2, producing the town's best football season in nearly a decade. Made the state final tournament twice and helped his wrestling team win consecutive district championships and earn a regional championship appearance last season. He helped the boys' track team take 4th in the state at the Division IV MHSAA meet, still the program's best finish of all time. Now there's one final goal this year, a MITCA state championship. The Michigan Interscholastic Track Coaches Association, or MITCA, hosts a state tournament every year the year before the MHSAA state finals, and Addison feels its team is set up perfectly to compete at such an event. If Underwood were to place highly in the discus or shot put, and all indications point that he should land somewhere in the top 5 in both, add a state title to his resume, and that would be the cherry on top. To see all of our hard work fall into place would be amazing, Underwood said. I'm very blessed to be a part of something great, especially it being my senior year. It's a great feeling for all of our seniors to see our program excel.